Properly feeding the brain is essential. Giving it exactly what it needs is critical for its health and function. Meet Dr. Russell Blaylock, a renowned neurosurgeon with over 40 years of experience studying the human brain in depth. He is known for uncovering the hidden dangers of neuroinflammation and excitotoxicity. Dr. Blaylock has authored several influential books, including Excitotoxins, The Taste That Kills, Natural Strategies for Cancer Patients, Health and Nutrition Secrets, and his latest, The Liver Cure, Natural Solutions for Fatty Liver, Inflammation, Obesity, and Leaky Gut. Today, Dr. Blaylock continues to challenge conventional medical thinking by teaching how nutrition and lifestyle choices can help prevent and slow chronic disease. He educates the public on natural ways to protect brain health and overall well-being. In this video, we'll explore what the brain truly is, the key nutrients it requires, and how to obtain them from food. We'll also highlight the single worst foods for brain health. Understanding the brain. For a long time, scientists believed the brain was fixed and unchanging. However, research has shown that the brain is constantly evolving. New synapses, dendritic connections, and neural pathways are continually being formed, destroyed, and rebuilt. Remarkably, the brain becomes more complex with age. This increasing complexity is what we recognize as wisdom. Studies on centenarians reveal that this process of neural change, known as plasticity, continues even into the later years of life. For the brain to maintain this adaptability and function optimally, it must be properly nourished, receive adequate rest, and be protected from toxins. Feeding the brain. One of the most critical aspects of brain health is proper nutrition. The brain relies heavily on glucose, its primary fuel, which accounts for about 80% of its energy needs. This glucose comes from metabolizing complex carbohydrates. Beyond glucose, the brain also requires several complex molecules, which it obtains from our diet. If we fail to provide these nutrients, brain function suffers. Consequences can include insomnia, poor memory, difficulty thinking clearly, and even speech problems. Diet can also influence behavior, contributing to depression, violent tendencies, and obsessive behaviors. The silent threat. Excitotoxicity. Dr. Blaylock emphasizes a subtle but powerful threat to the brain. Excitotoxicity. Certain food additives such as MSG, aspartame, and other excitotoxins can damage neurons over time. Diets high in these substances increase susceptibility to oxidative stress and free radical damage. Even short-term exposure to excitotoxins can trigger inflammation in the brain, impacting both cognitive function and long-term health. By understanding the brain's needs and avoiding harmful additives, we can significantly improve our mental performance, behavior, and overall well-being. Free radical generation in the brain can persist for extended periods, sometimes even decades. Many typical American diets are high in excitotoxin additives, often found under various names such as hydrolyzed vegetable protein, soy extract, soy isolate proteins, or carrageenan. These compounds are widely present in processed foods, and as a result, most people are exposed to excitotoxins whenever they eat out. The good news is that this damage can be mitigated. Excitotoxicity can be reversed by supplying the brain with essential vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients that support and protect its function. One effective approach is to increase the intake of specific nutrients and follow a nutrient-rich diet. Research has identified several key nutrients that reduce excitotoxicity, including DHA, pyruvate, mixed B vitamins, CoQ10, alpha-lipoic acid, ferulic acid, trans-resveratrol, and various mitochondrial stimulants like vitamin K. Enhancing mitochondrial energy production is particularly beneficial in lowering excitotoxic damage. Nutrients that support mitochondrial energy output include riboflavin, 5-phosphate, pyridoxal 5-phosphate, vitamin K, thiamine, nicotinic acid, pyruvic acid, L-carnitine, CoQ10, and alpha-lipoic acid. Among these, Dr. Blaylock emphasizes 5 essential nutrients for maintaining brain health. The most frequently mentioned is omega-3 fatty acids. When consumed, omega-3s, found in sources like flaxseed, contain alpha-linolenic acid, which the body converts into EPA and DHA. DHA, in particular, plays a central role in brain health. DHA accounts for roughly 50% of the brain's fats, with the brain itself composed of around 60% polyunsaturated fats. This nutrient is vital for brain function, development, and maintenance. DHA is also a potent anti-inflammatory, which is significant because many degenerative brain diseases have an inflammatory component. By reducing inflammation throughout the body, and especially in the brain, DHA supports overall health. Additionally, DHA increases serotonin levels, a neurotransmitter linked to mood regulation, sleep, and the prevention of depression. High concentrations of DHA are present in the brain's synapses, which are critical for forming new neural pathways and connections. This process continues throughout life, even into old age, and is essential for cognitive resilience and ongoing brain function. DHA also boosts acetylcholine, another neurotransmitter which is reduced in Alzheimer's disease. Maintaining healthy levels of acetylcholine helps preserve memory and cognitive function. Studies have shown that Alzheimer's patients are 2.5 times more likely to have low DHA blood levels compared to healthy individuals. Among elderly participants with low DHA, 67% developed Alzheimer's within 10 years. For optimal benefits, a daily intake of 400 to 600 mg of DHA is recommended. DHA supplements are widely available at health food stores. Certain food additives such as MSG, aspartame, and other excitotoxins can damage neurons over time. Diets high in these substances increase susceptibility to oxidative stress and free radical damage. Even short-term exposure to excitotoxins can trigger inflammation in the brain, impacting both cognitive function and long-term health. By understanding the brain's needs and avoiding harmful additives, we can significantly improve our mental performance, behavior, and overall well-being. It should be stored in the refrigerator and is commonly available in 200 mg capsules. However, supplements aren't the only option. These nutrients are also present naturally in whole foods. Omega-3s, particularly DHA, are found in traditional foods rather than ultra-processed products. The best sources are fatty fish such as sardines, salmon, mackerel, and anchovies, which are staples in many traditional diets. Fish roe and other seafood are especially high in DHA, a fat essential for brain structure. Smaller amounts can also be found in pasture-raised eggs and grass-fed animal products. Dr. Belloc emphasizes that these natural sources provide omega-3s in a form the brain can readily use. Next is magnesium, another critical nutrient for brain function and healthy blood circulation. Magnesium levels tend to decline with age, and the typical American diet is often deficient in this mineral. This deficiency can leave the heart, blood vessels, and particularly the brain vulnerable. Peer-reviewed medical studies consistently show that low magnesium accelerates atherosclerosis, coronary heart disease, and stroke. There is also extensive research demonstrating that low brain magnesium worsens the impact of strokes, brain trauma, and other injuries, magnifying the damage significantly. Fortunately, magnesium is abundant in many traditional whole foods, though modern diets often lack them. Key sources include leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, nuts and seeds such as pumpkin seeds and almonds, avocados, legumes, and unrefined whole foods. These were common staples before heavy food processing depleted minerals from the diet. Dr. Belloc notes that adequate magnesium intake helps calm the nervous system and supports healthy blood flow to the brain. The third essential nutrient is vitamin C. Beyond its antioxidant role, vitamin C is vital for the brain. It stimulates the release of acetylcholine and dopamine, which are important for memory and are linked to Parkinson's disease prevention. It also regulates the brain's glutamate system, preventing excessive secretion, and helps regenerate vitamin E. Vitamin C is abundant in whole plant foods high in antioxidants. Top sources include berries such as blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries, as well as citrus fruits, kiwi, bell peppers, broccoli, and leafy greens. Dr. Blalock emphasizes that vitamin C is most effective when consumed from whole foods, where it is naturally combined with flavonoids and other protective compounds that enhance its brain benefits. The fourth key nutrient is vitamin E, specifically tocopherols. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that protects the fatty parts of cells and prevents cholesterol oxidation. Research shows that only two forms of vitamin E effectively inhibit cancer: the natural form found in plants and a form called vitamin E succinate. Vitamin E succinate is a naturally occurring compound in the body and represents the most potent antioxidant and cancer-preventing form of vitamin E. Vitamin E is naturally present in a variety of whole foods, making it an important nutrient for long-term brain and cellular health. Certain food additives such as MSG, aspartame, and other excitotoxins can damage neurons over time. Diets high in these substances increase susceptibility to oxidative stress and free radical damage. Even short-term exposure to excitotoxins can trigger inflammation in the brain, impacting both cognitive function and long-term health. By understanding the brain's needs and avoiding harmful additives, we can significantly improve our mental performance, behavior, and overall well-being. Whole foods play a critical role in protecting the brain's delicate, fat-based cell membranes. Excellent sources include nuts and seeds, such as almonds, sunflower seeds, and hazelnuts, along with avocados, olive oil, and leafy green vegetables. These foods were common in traditional diets long before industrial processing stripped fats of their natural protective antioxidants. Dr. Blalock frequently highlights that vitamin E is most effective when obtained from whole foods, where it naturally works alongside other antioxidants, like vitamin C. The fifth nutrient in Dr. Blalock's top 5 for brain health is coenzyme Q10, which works synergistically with alpha-lipoic acid. Coenzyme Q10 is a primary energy generator inside the mitochondria, the cell's powerhouse. It is a crucial energy molecule used by all cells, and it also acts as a potent antioxidant, offering protection to both the brain and the body. Alpha-lipoic acid, meanwhile, is an antioxidant present in all living tissues, plasma, extracellular fluid, and within cells. It is one of the most versatile and powerful antioxidants in the body, playing a vital role in overall cellular health. We've now reviewed 5 essential micronutrients for optimal brain function, all of which are easily obtainable from natural whole foods. In other words, the brain doesn't require anything exotic, just a diverse diet of unprocessed, real foods. This leads to an important question. Are there foods we should actively avoid for brain health? As we age, both the brain and body tend to become more inflamed. By age 75, this inflammation can become significant. Inflammation contributes to higher free radical production in the brain. For example, at age 75, free radical generation is about 10 times higher than in younger adults, and mitochondrial free radicals are 15 times higher. This can have a profound impact on brain function. Research shows that high intake of omega-6 fats, found in corn, safflower, sunflower, peanut, soybean, and even canola oils, can increase brain inflammation and elevate the risk of conditions such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. The most effective way to protect the brain is to avoid processed foods, which often contain high fructose corn syrup and other inflammatory additives. Prioritize fresh fruits and vegetables, preferably organic, and wash them thoroughly to reduce pesticide contamination. Additionally, be mindful of foods that can stress the liver, such as excessive red meat and items high in sugar. Certain food additives, such as MSG, aspartame, and other excitotoxins, can damage neurons over time. Diets high in these substances increase susceptibility to oxidative stress and free radical damage. Even short-term exposure to excitotoxins can trigger inflammation in the brain, impacting both cognitive function and long-term health. By understanding the brain's needs and avoiding harmful additives, we can significantly improve our mental performance, behavior, and overall well-being.